Hello and good day. My name is Michael Campbell, VP for Quality Solutions and Consulting at Velox Health Metadata. Today's instructional video will be focused on the primary source or PSV workflow features that have been added to the Velox Payer Enablement Platform or PEP. So without further ado, let's get started. On the screen in front of you in the lower right, you'll see three windows open to the auditor view of the audit for Contento Health Organization. I have data channels, issue log, and documentation all open at the same time. This is actually a user tip that I recommend that when you want to navigate between different pages within the PEP, it's easier also to just have a tab open to each portion of that PEP, particularly the pages you're using frequently. On the upper left-hand side, I have the actual health plan, Contento Health Organization, and I am acting in this role as a quality analyst, data admin, and payer admin. Okay, so let's go through the process of primary source or determination of approvals and primary source of various channels. In most cases, administrative data sources do not require primary source verification. What you see on the plan side is simply these read-only designations, whereas the auditor will see actually a red icon indicating they need to make an action. So they will open that. This again is administrative, so we're not going to conduct PSV as the auditor. All we need to do is save it. And that'll change that status here. I will do a refresh on this page, resort, and you'll see here now PSV not required. Okay, let's look at some other examples in which we actually start to do two types of PSV. The first one is in this example, say Genesis Health SDOH survey data. Perhaps it's a brand new standard supplemental data source and we need to do some primary source verification on it. So the auditor will open that up and they'll switch on the toggle to PSV required. However, in this case, the plan has noted to the auditor, we've already conducted the PSV, everything looks fine. We are sharing our PSV findings in the SUP data folder of the documentation repository. So the auditor can make notation, of course, in proper notation, but in the interest of time, I'll just simply fill out the text because this is a required field of description. Note pass, and look for the folder where the health plan has created and uploaded the Genesis Health SDOH survey data. Perfect. And then I will go ahead and save on the close date, which is today. Save. And now we'll see that Genesis Health SDOH survey data has now been changed to pass. If I, as the auditor, or you as the plan also have access to this, want to open that folder directly in the documentation repository, you'll see it opened here. Of course, another option is to go simply directly to it through an open tab. And again, you'll see this. No information, of course, has been uploaded. For more information about uploading and the notifications that are enabled by the uploads to the documentation repository, please see my other video that is posted today. Okay, let's go back to the channels and look at one final example of primary source verification. Let's say in this example, homage home health visit data, we need to conduct primary source verification that we as the auditor conduct, not the plan. So again, we'll slip on the toggle. We'll put some information, particularly saying to the plan, we need to conduct PSV. Please post your numerator hit or your supplemental data record counts to a PSV folder under sub data. Then as the auditor, I would select in progress because we are conducting PSV ourselves. And we won't go through this process of selecting a folder because I think that's clear and understandable. Now I will select save, and this will actually instantiate a PSV issue for homage home health visit data. So again, we'll see how this is changed. In this case, the plan will also get a notification in their documentation, or sorry, their issue log, showing that they have to conduct PSV. So you'll see here PSV ID 19 is also the same issue ID that's been generated between the two. Presumably the plan would note that, yes, I have uploaded the primary source documents for you to conduct PSV. Oh, really? You don't want to see my typing. in the interest of time. So this is what they're noting, say to the auditor. It has been uploaded to say set folder within the supplemental data, and they can continue to then conduct their PSV. Okay, so that message will now come back to the auditor and they'll see this as well. I will refresh. You'll start to see number 19. Yes, I have uploaded back to the sub data folder. Presumably then the auditor at that time would have the opportunity to say, okay, I want to create a sample. So it will use today's date, but you can also select a different date. Let's say there was 7,452 members in that file. I'll collect a sample of 16. And then I would be, of course, have sent that sample back to the plan. They would have provided the primary source documentation for those 16 members. And let's say everybody passes on the first try. Pass, the determination date also will list as today, and then we'll save that. So this can stay in progress until if there's any other types of back and forth between the auditor and the plan needs to be conducted, perhaps in like an example where it failed and then it would create a new sample. But let's assume everything was fine. And then again, we're going to pass this. We're going to add today's close date and we will save. So this homage home health visits will now change from in progress to pass. Okay, lots of other new updates coming very shortly in release 1.75, including benchmarks, as well as a number of enhancements to the MRR analytics, including the classic samplifier, which is showing both your MRSS as well as your final sample size possibilities for your MY25 reporting. Thanks so much.